All right, Cameo, we got a few Nerdflix and chills on deck. If you got the Nerdflix and chills, that means you're probably watching at home because you're feeling sick. So that's not what we're hoping that's not the case. We want you to be Nerdflix and chilling. I got to tell you, though.
Like a villain.
You're carrying this segment because all I've been watching religiously the last week is Interview with a Vampire.
Who's in that?
Oh, man. Okay, so I don't know their names, but the guy who plays Louis, he was in House of the Dragon. He was a guard of Daenerys who had no junks.
Oh, Grey Worm.
Yes. Yeah, that's him. He plays Louis in this Interview with a Vampire. And did I tell you anything about that? I don't think I told you much about it last week when I told you that I'd been watching it. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick synopsis for everybody that might be interested in watching it. And also, if you want to hear me talk in a little more in depth about it, listen to Tales from the Dork Side. Me and Gog talked about it. But it is a retelling of Interview with the Vampire. Louis shows up all these years later. And basically the whole premise is that he had told the guy the story back in the day, but the guy was all like drunk or on drugs or whatever and didn't get the story right. So he wants to tell him the story now. They're in like Dubai. It's like 50 years later, and he wants the guy to write it and write it right. So, but some of the things that are different, and like I said, I really enjoyed this change. Because now Louis, you probably never watched the original Interview with the Vampire, did you? With Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt?
I watched it. Oh my gosh.
Long time
years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago.
I believe it came out in the 90s, I'm pretty sure. Now the Louis would have been played by Brad Pitt. And so obviously if you know who the Grey Worm is, He's now a black man in this show, and I liked it a lot because it's set in New Orleans back in probably like the 20s, 30s to begin with. I think maybe the 40s, and so it gives it a lot of different layers now because he's well-to-do in business, but like because of the attitudes in New Orleans, because again, New Orleans was a major spot for slave trade and everything, being right there off the Mississippi and everything, like the French market was basically, that's where they sold slaves. So the attitudes towards black people in that time weren't great. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And
you see that throughout this show, and it gives it a lot of good layers. Like I really enjoyed that part of it. Like it was a good change to where Louis isn't just like some kind of like sheltered rich kid or something. You know what I mean? He's got character. He's been through some stuff. And then the guy who plays Lestat, oh my God, he is so good. So good. And the girl who plays Claudia is great. Like, man, it's really, really good.
What's that even on?
It's on AMC Plus. So I had to go ahead and get the subscription. But what I found out was I have Shudder, which is like it's horror movies and stuff. Well, I found out like I'm paying $5 a month for Shudder. AMC Plus owns Shudder. So if you get AMC Plus, you get all of it for $3 more. So it's $8.99. Okay. You get Shudder, you get AMC Plus, and then you get IFC channel and Sundance channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's a pretty good bang for your buck there. And I really, like I said, I really enjoyed Interview with the Vampire. They, like I said, back in the day in the Anne Rice books and the movies, the vampires, they loved each other. And there was kind of that, it was more of like a undertone as far as them being lovers or whatever. This one embraces that a lot more. So,
okay.
But it also embraces some of the violence and stuff. And like, man, there was one scene that, oh man, it made me uncomfortable because it was almost like a domestic violence type situation. And it was brutal between the two men. So, but I really enjoy it. And I'm a big fan of New Orleans. You can tell by my hat. And
knowledge.
One of the things that I loved about it was, and I continue to love about it, is I believe that the people who are filming or directing or whatever, they have included a lot of cool spots that you would see in like the New Orleans Vampire Tour or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you see those in this show a lot. And I thought that was pretty dope too. So.
Oh, okay.
So that I didn't mean to actually go on as long about interview with the vampire.
Nerdflix and chill, man.
But yeah, I did enjoy that one a lot. And then I tried to watch Wendell and Wild on Netflix. I don't know, man. I didn't love the story. It was just it wasn't all that exciting, so I didn't watch all of it. The animation was wonderful. It was great, but I couldn't get through all of it. So,
gotcha.
What do you got, Cameo?
I got 2 movies that are on Netflix. The first one is called Army of Thieves. I didn't realize that Zack Snyder was a part of this.
Yeah, it's related to the Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead. Yeah.
I didn't realize that at all. I just thought it was a standalone film.
Oh yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. The synopsis is a cool, crafty thief assembles a crew of Interpol's most wanted criminals for an impossible heist, and her ace in the hole, a nerdy bank teller named Dieter.
Yeah. Did you watch the zombie movie that Zach?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Dieter was like the safe cracker in that movie.
Right.
He was trying to open a vault that they were trying
one of the Wagners.
Yeah, and so he was great in that movie, and I was so excited that they made this spin-off movie, which I can't remember that this one came out earlier this year, the one you're talking about.
No, this one came out in 2021.
Oh, okay, so later last year. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Army of the Dead came out a little time after that, sometime still in 2021, but
no, Army of the Dead came out before. This is a prequel.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, this is a prequel.
Oh,
it's set before Army of the Dead, but it's a prequel.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good movie.
Oh, okay. Cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Because it's not a zombie movie. So
no.
Yeah, if people are like, oh, I don't really want to watch a zombie movie.
Yeah.
You'll like this one.
It'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's not about the zombies at all.
Right.
So that was my kind of goofy type movie. Like I said, it was funny, had a lot of action in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good. The other one is based on a true story. Now I don't know if everything in it is pretty true. Usually things that are based on true stories are never really fully true.
Yeah.
But this one is also, like I said, is also on Netflix. It's called The Good Nurse. It has Jessica Chastain and Eddie Redmayne in it. So basically, Jessica Chastain is a nurse at a hospital, I believe in New Jersey, and Eddie Redmayne is another nurse, but he's been a nurse. I guess the story is he's been a nurse for 16 years, and at every hospital he's been at, there's been some unsolved murders. Basically, I'll say unsolved murders, and I'm using quotation fingers. But basically, there is Eddie Redmayne's character is basically the bad guy, and I liked the movie. It was pretty cool, and kind of crazy how the killings happened. the murders happen. So I'm not, like I said, I probably gave a little bit too much away, but like I said, it is a true story. So if you kind of know about it, then you already know what's going to happen and yada, 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 yada. But yeah, The Good Nurse on Netflix and Army of Thieves on Netflix. So I would say definitely go check those out. And yeah, that's my Nerdflix and chill.
You know what Terrence Howard said about Eddie Redmayne, right? He said, I never heard of Eddie Redmayne. Give me something, Cameo. Give me something. No.
I hear my wife calling me. I gotta go.
Another, just a quick one. You can rent it on Amazon Prime, Bullet Train. I really liked it.
Bullet Train, yes.
I really liked it. It was goofy. I was actually kind of sad that Bad Bunny didn't, he wasn't in it for the whole movie. Because I like Bad Bunny. I think he's...
Man, that fight scene was dope, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I love Brad Pitt. Like, he was trying to be nice at the same time.
Yeah.
He was like, just stop. Ow, that hurt. It was just hilarious.
Now, Quicksilver, the MCU's Quicksilver, Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Johnson, yeah.
Is he British, or was he just doing a British accent for this movie?
Doing a British accent.
Oh, okay. And then, what's his name, had a Channing Tatum. He had a pretty funny cameo, too. So,
yeah.
I really enjoyed it. So,
yeah.
I'm gonna put that in there as a recommendation. So that's your Nerdflix and chill, Cameo.
Yeah. No, that's your Nerdflix and chill, Brad.
Oh, thanks. I'll take it. I'll own it.
Yeah, you should.
I'll make all that money off of it.
Oh, you know what? I lied.
Yeah?
He is actually British, Aaron Tyler Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Taylor Johnson. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
He's from High Wycombe, United Kingdom.
I did not know that. I did not know that this whole time.
He's 32 years old.
Dang.
I thought he was older.
All right, Cameo. Well, I guess it's time for us to get out of here. I definitely got some videotapes to return.
And I'm going to go take some pictures. So keep it nerdy.
Smile and put on a happy face.
Wakanda forever!
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
That was awesome!
Freeze all motor functions.
I just want to take some pictures.